picking, even at times willingly, because seems like it's willing for that. They didn't do the research. They were wanting to get the money and stuff like that, and then be like, promote the.
What's up, guys? I hope you guys are well. Welcome back to our episode. Welcome back to this episode. Welcome back also to our podcast called The Rising Sunshine here at our secret location. I am Ulilita Wakamauza, but I would normally say 3 hours on the hour. I am Ulili. Like also me being here, I would also say, but I am Ulili to your viewers. Thank you very much for choosing us and watching us, and please do subscribe to our channel. And I've introduced myself, but our ghost guy, Apiwe Kandi AP, is in the building also.
Hi there. I hope you all are doing good.
Yeah, and it's just me and him today, and I think this is our third episode. Yes, this is our third episode, and there's a lot to talk about. First and foremost, we want to talk about the impact of social media. And this is this conversation, this topic is sparked by a lot of things that is currently happening on social media. So we just want to tackle it as how we see it fit on basically the impact of social media. And then we'll be also handing in a new segment about Argue Confessions. By the way, we're shooting this at Rhodes University, so we're also Rhodens. So we have confessions. I don't know if y'all's varsities have confessions.
We have talk if they don't.
Oh, Ghostguy literally said that, but you all have your varsity confessions. So we're gonna be looking at the juicy ones and also the much more educational ones. And then lastly, we'll be looking at sports and entertainment, whether be it here in our university or just in general, what is popping and whatever. But yeah, okay, guys, please do stay tuned. I hope you guys enjoyed that short visual that we're gonna have there. And yeah, man, we have our ghost guy on present. I'm pretty excited. And I did say that our first topic that we'll be covering, it is the impact of social media. So I wanted us to start on a lighter note, right? As also the Gen Zs, we use social media. Like right now, I'm on my phone and I'm literally looking at things that are trending and whatnot. Social media platforms, Facebook, TikTok, wherever, right? And I think we are the generation of generation that utilizes social media a lot, as Gen Zs. And this is a platform, not a platform per se, but a space where we can create anything. Like your creativity, create employment for yourself, or entertainment, getting the bag. Literally, people are getting money off social media.
Even educational information. You're staying on top of like the news and stuff, because a lot of people use like stuff like Twitter, TikTok at times to like literally look at the news. Go a lot, especially us as 2K and Gen Zs, we like rather looking at like a news on on like Twitter, TikTok and stuff like that, rather than actually going to more traditional forms like SABC and stuff like that. We're more, because I understand it's more quicker, it's more faster, and it's more accessible, and you don't have to now think about, do I have DSTV? Do I have DSTV stream and stuff like that? So now you have to be like, okay, you know what? Let me just go to TikTok and see what is trending. Because for me, like one of the more social medias that I use is like YouTube. I normally get a lot of my news reports at times. I do watch SABC when I have the chance, on like DSTV stream, but rather I like watching it on like Dan Corder. I think you know him. Dan Corder?
Yes, I know him.
Yeah, I like
he was actually here during NAV.
Yeah, I actually even met him. I'll show you guys a picture.
Crazy.
I'll show you a picture. Literally took a picture with him, and it was at a comedy show. Oh, it was amazing. But like I normally go through like the quarter reports and stuff like that, and he's so well updated and stuff like that, because he's actually like, he's been a journalist. He's been through a radio. He has worked on radio. He has been on. He's had some like journalistic training and stuff like that. He even has his own show on SAP's ENCA. Yes, he has his own show on ENCA, and it airs around 9. I do.
Yeah,
catch
I know
good
that
times.
because when I'm back home, I get to see that. Listen, man, we're talking about social media, and yes, predominantly, so remember Skumakaya, where we used to watch television. Like television was the main thing. Like even the stars from then, your Bonang Matebe, your Tabutis, your Lerato Khanyago, they've made it that they are the stars that they are right now through television. Because at that time, television was the big thing, and then now predominantly we move to social media. Whereas if you have a phone with good quality of camera, you're sorted with your life.
Exactly.
Yeah, go TikTok, you create an account, you go to YouTube. Right now, we'll be putting this up on YouTube, on social media platform, as we try and create an outreach, possibly monetize it, but most important part of it is to create an outreach, right? And so those are the positive sides of social media. And I think in the imagine of social media is that for us, Tina, you talked about accessibility. It's an access for us. And when I think of social media in this day and age, and then I sit down with an old person, but I don't understand this, don't ni papi. Funny enough, my grandmother will say that sizalonke ixesha lokukhanya but into zethu zidom because it's fast. Everything is just, like for them it's like a foreign thing. So I got me thinking about social media. To us, it is like newspaper to them. Where like newspaper was the new thing. Everything that you needed to know that was happening, whether in the region or the country or internationally, you knew it via what? Newspaper. So let's just say maybe formats of media is moving. But what I want us to talk about essentially is to lean on the negative sides of the negative impact of social media. And this conversation is sparked about the Alibuga situation that was happening. The allegations of possible human trafficking. Alibuga, I think it's a city in Russia. Where it is suspected that there might be a possible human trafficking syndicate that is happening around there, and the people that were targeted is between 18 and 22. And
is it 24?
No, it's 18 and 22. And it's through now it came to South Africa in the context of influencers showcasing it through their streams or social media platforms, saying that they went to this place is good. That thing of linking to my bio type of thing, and then you fill in the details and whatever. Yes, right. So yeah, that is literally causing havoc in our country right now. Everybody is on some let's cancel these influencers, let's ban them, they should be arrested and whatnot. My thing is that the negative part of it, we've seen the negative sides of social media. My question is, in this whole situation, can they get arrested?
I would say possibly they can get arrested because of course they're of course normal citizens. As much as influencers, these big people and stuff like that, they've got a following, they're still citizens. They're still people who are here in the country. They're still under the laws of the country and stuff like that. And specifically with what's happening in possible trafficking of like people,
the nature of it.
I think there was somewhere in the law that said if you're instigated in any kind of human trafficking, even at times willingly, because seems like it's willing for that, they didn't do the research, they were wanting to get the money and stuff like that, and then be like, promote the Alubuga program, possibly knowing that, this might not be really
something that is
secure
good,
program. And there are laws that actually state that you cannot, either you must willingly know it, or if you have to, if you acknowledge this or you are participant of it, you can be faced with jail time. Even now, a lot of the influencers like Ghostguy and Bush have been unfortunately, blocked on TikTok. Their TikTok accounts have been blocked and consistently blocked, and that's a way to, I can say, maybe Fagumteto, because a lot of the time their TikTok accounts are revenue streams for them.
Yeah.
So by cutting them off, you are
You're
kind of
losing. You're cutting off the money stream or the money chain.
Yeah,
for them.
and it's also a way to hold them accountable in a certain way, so
Mm.
that it's just like the lighter things. But of course, they're getting banned, but there needs to be more. Feels like there needs to be more follow up on this, and more. How can I say? Even research into it. But what happens if an influencer can go does criminal charges?
I was gonna go there to the element of accountability. I think we throw that word, I don't want to say it loosely, but very commonly. But I feel like people don't understand the essence of what accountability means. Accountability is not me saying I sincerely apologize.
You
Accountability is you acknowledging what you did, and acknowledging is not like I acknowledge what I did. No, accountability, it's me saying, let's say I stole this laptop, right? And then you happen to find it. What I do is that I will say to you, but man, I took your laptop. This is the reasons why I took this thing, and I am sorry that you had to find out from this way, because now I'm caught, so I have to apologize. But accountability is me saying why I did this.
Yes.
So I feel like they are just giving us a generic apology on I sincerely apologize. There are no implications, unlike when you broken the law and you did a criminal act that you cannot get arrested for, and then you go to a trial and then you put on your reasons as to why you did this and whatever. And then it goes back to my question that as much as social media has been around, but now we've seen how we can lucratize and monetize it. Is it regulated to a point where now people's human rights are protected? Because it feels like it's a dog, it's dogs. Now that's how I see it. And for me, it's social media is a scary place to a point where I can just only be the consumer, not the beneficiary of it, because I feel like it's a market that is not regulated and is full of gray areas. What is your take on that?
It kind of actually reminds me on the thing of, say, back then, Yabona, comparing to like the Open Chats podcast, there were talks about how within the podcasting sector, there isn't really a kind of regulated aspect, because with podcasts, you can like
say
now,
what you want.
literally right now, we're doing our own podcast. There's no laws or regulations that we have to go through. There's no screenings that we have to go through or follow any kind of strict regulations.
There's no script. There's no.
Exactly.
We're not filtered to say things.
You see, unlike say registered radio stations, they have to have strict laws.
For example, at RMR, we don't swear. We can't say, oh, I bought this phone at Huawei. Huawei doesn't sponsor the station, so we can't plug y'all.
You see, so it's the same, applying that kind of mindset also to social media. Unfortunately, social media is a kind of, it's unregulated and regulated at the same time. It's like a semi-regulated kind of entity, because there are a few restrictions.
There's policies into it.
Yeah, there are policies into it, but unfortunately they might not always be extremely strict on that, because there's still a lot of kind of content that's out there that might seem, a bit controversial, and they can go under the radar in terms of that. They literally like go under the radar, or either the companies might not actually even care. Unlike, say, SABC or stuff like that, they know that there are strict regulations and policies for, swearing, or they have to say that this content contains certain level of stuff.
Yeah, they do state.
And sometimes, social media does state it, like TikTok. If you're looking at something, say, that's 18 years or something, they do let you know, but okay, this thing is sensitive and stuff like that. But I think there needs to be more filtering of kind of these, say, okay, like influencers wanting to promote stuff. There has to be, more, when, say, a influencer maybe wants to promote a certain brand, there must be rigorous processes before they do that. I know it's going to be difficult, but I think that's needed so that they can filter out any of these fake or bogus
getting
programs.
them into trouble, essentially.
You see,
I mean, Janga, a lot of people talked about this thing. I mean, every podcast, every news channel is talking about this whole thing. But I think what makes us stand out is that we're young people and we're all within the media space. I mean, we're journalists, we're journalism students, and a lot of people had opinions. Others are saying they knew what they were saying, they know what was happening, they're lying. It's just that they caught. Abanye, they're saying, no, it was just a bag. They didn't care less to actually read what is happening or engage and see. I'm not sure. Why are you asking for a specific group and why are you asking for a specific age type of thing? Right. But from everything that has happened and how it has kind of like exploded into different directions and people having different perspectives, them being banned and whatnot, what can we take out from this as young people as we try to conclude this segment?
All right, but of course, what we need to do as us as young people is that we need to know that social media is a double-edged sword. We totally have to know that. And with this incident happening, the Alubuga program and with the influencers, it's showing that social media, as much as it's used as a platform to promote, educate, entertain, and you can get money from it, you also have to look at the dangers of it, that you cannot trust everything that's been posted on social
even
media.
Even if it's your favorite social media person, even if Horbanali 5.5 million followers or 1.8 million followers, that doesn't mean you should take your life and risk it just because put a link on my bio.
Exactly.
Thank you.
And I turn a link on the bio, like click and stuff like that.
It takes you now to Russia and now you're kidnapped.
Exactly, you know. And Zama's also experienced one of these. It was like there was this TikTok account called HR, and I was like, they reached out to me and stuff like that, saying, "Would you like a job?" To me specifically,
damn.
Do you want a job? And I kept asking, I asked up follow-up questions because I'm trying to get what I'm saying. Is this job remote? Come to Thailand. Can I do part-time? It's full-time. Where is it? Thailand. I was like, no, that is very dangerous. Why Thailand?
Why the person in Thailand is specifically choosing you as a
exactly wanting me to have a job in Thailand? I'm like, I would like more specific details about this, but I'm currently studying. I cannot do any of that and stuff like that. And I thought, you know what? And I saw, okay, it's a smallish account, but there's not really anything that gives
tangible.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So I thought, let me rather leave it. And I don't want to be doing interactions on social media. Number to promises you about 5.5 per week and stuff like. Please don't do it.
Don't do it. Don't do
it. Guys, don't do it. I know the money is at 10 point something per week. I know the money seems so nice, but no. Let's make sure that we don't trust people on social media. Verify sources. What as journalism students we've been taught and rigorously is that verify your sources. Don't just go in willy-nilly and think, okay, I trust it. Verify your sources. Make sure that are they reachable? Do they have following? Are they registered maybe within a company? Search them, see what makes them credible. Even search on Google, okay, let me search this company. What are the reviews? Because like, okay, maybe it's not something for social media, but it can be applied. Like looking at stuff like product reviews. You're not going to buy, if you just buy a product in jail without actually checking the reviews, it's your own fault because you didn't check about what are people saying about their product. Maybe it gets 5.5 stars, meaning that it's a good product, people like it, then you can check it. Then when you just buy it because it just looks good and it has horrible reviews and people are saying you can't use it, that's because now you're actually verifying, looking at the information that, hey yo, you can't just, go into this thing blind and stuff like that. And that's what we've been taught in our journalism school. You need to verify, check your stuff rigorously and use verified sources. See what they have. There are literal places like Indeed and LinkedIn. Those are the only places I really trust for job opportunities. Because people are there, they are real, and there's a market for it, and you can actually see. So please, guys, try like those places out because they are also part of social media places. Make them more your places for if you want to look for work or jobs. Rather use those ones, LinkedIn and Indeed, rather than using social media like Instagram and stuff, because people are unfortunately promoting for them, not for you specifically. LinkedIn are specifically tailored for that. But rather than Instagram, it's a mixture of things. So a lot of things can get modeled up there.
Damn, that was a mouthful. I was trying to get something from him, but I felt like he said everything. All I can say to you guys is that as a Gen Z, now I would love to aspire to go to Thailand, Russia, you name it. But the same principles that were taught, right, is the same principles I apply. There might be a disadvantage for not being exposed to varsity spaces, right? We were taught about verifying and double checking, fact checking everything, like not just applying that in your scholarly way, scholarly class or scholarly life, but also like in your everyday life. You know, the people who don't have the liberty to go to university or can you get exposed to these things. All we can say is that social media, don't treat social media as with like bubomba kobonke. It's an entertainment, part of entertainment industry for a reason. It's there to entertain you. Yes, there might be opportunities that might lead you somewhere, but not everything that we see on social media is the actual fact. And we've been preaching this since the crack of dawn of social media. But, you know, I'm a person who's not under practical solutions. What is done is done. There's a possible human trafficking syndicate that is happening in Alibuga right now. The only thing that we can do right now is not just point each other and like, you did this, you were supposed. It's a matter of sitting down and finding ways of how can we get the kids to come back. How can we get our peers to come back? But yeah, man, that's all the time that we had for that segment. Up next, we'll be looking at RU Confessions and we'll be looking at something juicy. AP has a few reads and then we'll be talking about that. If we have time, then we're going to quickly, then we can proceed to sports and entertainment. But if we don't have time, then we'll be just getting those two segments that we have there. Welcome back, you guys, to our second segment. We're looking at RU Confessions. So, okay, I will ask AP, our Ghostguy, to look into some of the confessions that we have. I did say that some of them are juicy. We're going to look at some of them and then we'll just have a discussion about them. So, okay, AP, over to you.
Alrighty. So, I have this one that says, ladies, cross your legs together, squeeze them like you're thrusting, press your bladder like you're peeing, and you'll come and you realize that you don't need no dick.
Wait,
okay?
that's something somebody actually wrote on RU Confessions.
Yeah.
And what about the comments? Is there any comments?
It was just mostly likes, but I should check it out because
I feel like by far that is the wildest RU Confessions I've ever heard. Because what do you mean? People are just so crazy.
And they're so they're so bold and being able to say it, which is,
it is.
I understand, and come on, it's confession, so we'll never know who it is.
Who it is.
But dang, okay.
Do you think it's a person who's had enough of being played by, a people or a person?
I think so. It could be because realistically, you wouldn't really put that out in GA spaces.
I think they've been played.
Let's go for you know what? Let me just put it out there now. It's literally someone who has gone through that finish. Either someone must have done them bad or whatever. I think somebody done them bad. And it's not once, it's not twice. Oh, possibly not even 3 times.
And we stay, hey? Oh, but one thing I like about the confessions is though, we don't know who's posting them. But do we know who is seeing all of this thing? Because most likely when people write their confessions, they write their name and their surname. Like they write their details about, okay, I'm this person. Like whoever's the admin for RU Confessions knows these people. Have you ever wondered about who's the owner or who's the admin for RU Confessions?
I've always wondered, but I'm thinking, I've had my suspicions, but I don't want to, say
go into it
because I can be very wrong about that. You can really get it wrong. And if you get something wrong, you can't really say, oh, I suspect Bana is doing this.
Just gonna get people. It's like we're going to a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
But man, that one is crazy. I don't know whether I don't want us to go to a rabbit hole and just go into it because I was gonna say it just shows the landscape of our varsity. Like Putrik, hey, the streets are cold. The streets are cold.
Luckily spring is here, so don't worry. Now we're not gonna be like yo Kiabanta and don't
come do
I've seen too many of those posts. Once it's winter, when it's winter and you're missing significant art and don't and they say or other posts showing what are you doing without me in this web? And then they show maybe they're playing Xbox or something.
But why do people fall for this thing each and every winter? People fall for the same thing.
I don't know. And I feel like it is strong, but that's the thing. It's it's really powerful.
It's crazy.
It's powerful because I don't know. I might have a fully electric heat. That's what I just know.
Man, it's just crazy. But can we move to a much more motivational Are You Confessions?
Alright.
Yeah.
I've got one that brings more to heart. It says, "Hi everyone, I really need help. I'm a student at Rhodes and I don't have enough clothes to wear, especially with the changing weather. If anyone has clothes they no longer use, anything, I would be so grateful if you could share. Please comment below if you're willing to help and I'll reach out privately. Thank you so much in advance. Best dear from now."
Eish. That one, when we read that one off air, it got to me because I know how it feels to be a first year and like not have anything and keep quiet. Yes, I was in first year. First year I was at res. I was dealing with a lot of res drama. Yeah, but there were times where I felt like you could see the struggle from your background, yeah, and it speaks to how when you go to varsity, you know, there's different varieties of background. Like it's a norm for them to eat takeouts, and then it's not so much of a norm. It's a norm for a person to have their 21st car, you know, and all of that. Mom and dad, and then it's not a norm, and then there's also a norm to be raised by a grandmother, you know, being one of the first kokwenu. And varsity is such a difficult space because as much as it's beautiful and enriched in diversity, it's also challenging, you know, because you know. But shout out to girl for reaching out, and I hope that ukhona umuntu ozawureach out kuye. Did she give out her number? I might be scared that she could.
Maybe someone might DM her and stuff like that because it can be maybe she isn't feeling comfortable to give out a number because she is still a first year. But it really is incredible that she did that just to show that she's struggling, she doesn't have clothes, and as you said, a lot of people are coming from multiple different backgrounds. Abantu just at times do really forget that not all of us can have imoto and drive around or have the petrol for it or have to be able to eat takeaway.
Eat 3 times a day.
Eat 3 times a day. Make meals, get the groceries, because I've seen like the income inequality at Apple Roads specifically. It's kind of very fast and different because you see others but more. Am I in the cities or in BMW?
Dude,
why do you get it?
So the classmate in our class was a BMW.
Yes,
a Benz, right? I think he Benz.
Yes. Yeah.
She has a Benz.
And there's me who's got like say polo and stuff like that and whatever. But it's really a kind of like a different space. Abanye grow up no makulbabo and they have to ask you into and stuff like that. And asking for money is pretty difficult. So you have to leave and be like, you have to almost like you're pleading a case. Come here, easy. Can I have 1.5?
I mean, they don't even ask. They know, but they're supposed to get on their allowances. It's a crazy one. And to think that Rhodes is such a small campus. It is a small campus, and you would think that there isn't much pressure. But, you know, the people who actually do go out, who come up for it, we are a community, we pride ourselves. But it's also like inequality we corner. But back to the RU confessions, I just hope girl she gets the help that she needs. I think quite frankly I also do have clothes that I don't use because I've gained weight. So yeah, I think I'll look into it, and then I will say in the next episode how it went into it. But yeah, man, as I think those are the RU confessions. Those are all the RU confessions that we have. Yeah, man, and I am looking at time. The reason why we are closing this segment early, I just got my notification on my calendar. It says from the time right now we're shooting at like 9ish to 10. At 10, I'm leaving for Cape Town. So I would have loved to stretch this conversation, but due to my travels, I cannot stretch this any far longer. Okay, you want me to explain?
2 minutes.
Okay, I have 2 minutes. I am going to Rand's Cape Town, and I will be trying to take content, and I will give it to our Ghostguy to try and push it. If and whatever, I'm going to Rand's for the first time, going with my friend. It's gonna be nice. It's gonna be epic, guys. I'm going to Cape Town, and every time I go to Cape Town, something fantastic always happens. I am praying and crossing fingers that I'm gonna enjoy, and it's gonna be the time of my life. But yeah, man, that is all the time that I have with you guys. Anyways, I'm gonna say bye because I'm running late. AP, is anything that you wanna say?
No, I was just gonna say but now I was still away in the compartment where they have the impact, and then I'll hide in there. Be like, hey, get quick.
Ngena ku-suitcase. Sikhuphe impahla zakho.
But I was gonna say enjoy. Hope you take content because really want to see Bagunjani Rancy and enjoy. And I hope you guys enjoy the episode. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Bye.
If you want anything you need to improve or stuff like that, please let us know in the comments.
Please
do. Beautifully. We love the messages you guys are giving. So, alright. Peace out.
Bye. Mwah.
Please like, comment, and subscribe for more episodes.